In the year 2002, George Bush is in office. The attacks on September 11th are still fresh on the minds of Americans. In the sports world, the New England Patriots are Super Bowl champions for the first time in franchise history. Meanwhile, in Pittsburgh, an unknown medical examiner working at the Allegheny County Coroner's Office makes a huge discovery while examining the brain of a deceased Hall of Fame Pittsburgh Steeler. The medical examiner's name? Bennett Omalu. His findings aren't breaking news on CNN. They aren't even accepted by his medical peers. However, this discovery would become what is now known as chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE. Fast forward 14 years, Dr. Omalu sits in the Gold Room at Georgia State University's Student Center to explain his journey and his groundbreaking research.
CTE is a type of brain disease that is caused by exposure to blunt force trauma on the head in whatever human activity.
Okay.
It could be one episode of trauma, like in a motor vehicle accident, like in assault. It could be several episodes, like domestic violence. It could be repetitive episodes, like in high-impact, high-contact sports.
Dr. Omalu did not grow up like a typical American boy, being introduced to football at a young age. Growing up as a refugee from Nigeria, Omalu instead focused on education, earning 8 degrees in business, music, and science. However, during the week of September 24, 2002, football became a part of Omalu's life, and his research would soon become a part of football. When you were working on Mike Webster, that first case, what was it in his case that you were able to make this discovery?
I'm a forensic pathologist, and every day I encounter death. And through my science, I discovered faith. And through my faith, I discovered science. So my faith and science go hand in hand. And faith tells us that we are all one, we are members of one another. We share a common humanity. And whatever you do to the least of us, you do to all of us, because we are all members of one another. So that morning, I saw myself in my website. I heard his story. People were making fun of him. I was offended by that, and I went to Mike Webster, and I told him, look, I think there's something wrong. I think, having played this game for 17 years, wearing a helmet, you may have suffered brain damage.
Dr. Omalu's findings would become chronicled in the 2015 Hollywood movie Concussion, starring Will Smith. The film brought to light Omalu's clash with the National Football League, who looked to discredit his research. Were you happy with the awareness that it brought to what you were researching?
Yes, I was fully involved with the movie. In
Okay.
fact, I was a technical consultant.
Okay.
I was part of the movie production through every phase of it. And every scene in the movie happened in real life, with some dramatization.
If you continue to deny my work, the world will deny my work. But men, your men, continue to die. Their families left in ruins.
Will Smith, originally skeptical of the film's perceived anti-football story, accepted this role after learning about Dr. Omalu's research while his son, Jaden, was playing high school football. Smith determined if he was unaware, there must be many other parents just like him.
Do you know what the definition of child abuse is? Child abuse is the intentional or unintentional exposure of a child to the risk of injury or pain. For example, if you leave your 6-year-old son at home alone, and you go clubbing, there's a risk that you lose custody of that child, even if an injury did not occur, but you've exposed your child to a reasonable risk of injury. But in America today, every day we put on helmets on children, send them out to slam their heads on the heads of other children. But that is why in a scene in the movie, you saw two kids run into each other. One fell and started crying. If that is not child abuse, tell me what.
Omalu has stated on numerous occasions he is not anti-football, but rather looks to draw a line to determine at what age should you make the decision to play.
When it comes to children, my stand is no child under the age of 18 should be allowed to play high-impact, high-contact sports. It is dangerous. Once we identify a dangerous agent or factor in our lives, we prevent our children from becoming exposed to that dangerous factor. No matter how infinitesimal. We don't let children smoke even one cigarette a day because we know cigarette smoking is dangerous. Now, we have something more dangerous than the stick of cigarette. Injury to your brain that defines who you are. And the truth as we know it today is that a child who plays football with or without a helmet, with or without a concussion, has 100% risk exposure to permanent brain damage, period.
Concussion protocol is now common practice for professional and college athletes because of the research of Dr. Omalu. Don't think of Omalu as killing the game, but rather saving it and, more importantly, saving the people. For Primetime Sportz, I'm Caleb Johnson.